Minutes past 7.
Spida Hunter from ehpfitness.com. He knows a bit about fitness.
Yes, here's Spida Hunter at ehpfitness.com. Also on Twitter, twitter.com/Spida Hunter, SPIDA Hunter, one word. And he joins us for the second time, for only the second time from his gym, but with a whole new view than we had last week. Last week we were talking to him in a darkened room. I think he was still trying to get things sorted there. But right now he's in the main gymnasium. Hello to you, Spida.
Morning, Wammo. Welcome to Christchurch Eastside Barbell.
Eastside Barbell, your new home, Spida.
Yes, lots more toys too to play with, Wammo.
Yeah, lots of toys. Now, on the live video stream this morning, we've got a view of the whole gymnasium with Spida standing there in his nice red jumper. He's just finished training, and a whole lot of equipment in there. So what we're going to do today is run through the equipment that you have in the gym, and if you could best describe as much as you can of what you've got in there. Okay,
well, so most traditional gyms, most commercial gyms in Christchurch and throughout the world, they have stuff on my left-hand side, machine-orientated stuff. So what that means is that in traditional gyms, or most gyms that you go to, there'll be apparatuses that are designed for you to sit on and then perform exercises. So a chest press like this one here. And what that does is basically you go in and you sit down on a machine and then you perform an exercise. So this gym, one of the great reasons that it's a great place to train is that it has all sorts of avenues to achieve your goals. So there's what you can't see is on my left hand side is that there's stones and cylinders and logs, and then in the far back behind me there's power racks, the boss rack, which is designed to add chains and bands, so it's a multi-purpose squat rack at the back, and then in the middle is where bodybuilders will traditionally do isolation work, where they do chest presses, seated chest presses, Smith machine, which you can't quite see, and then you've got your barbells and stuff. And also on my right hand side, which you can't see as well, is there's lots of dumbbells and benches as well. So, and this is just one part of it. On the other side is where they do Olympic lifting, weightlifting, where they do the stuff that goes to the Olympics, where they throw it above their head, and power cleans and power jerks and stuff. So we'll take a tour of that another time as well.
So it's not the kind of stuff that you'd find in a normal gym, is it? I mean, I don't see like I'm sure there's probably one somewhere, but I don't see a treadmill.
There's a treadmill next door that for the first time last night I actually got seen used, actually. So no...
Yeah.
It's got everything that a mainstream gym will have, but this gym is more designed for a bit more wear and tear, so there's a lot more weight being lifted. The stuff is built for longevity, get strength out of Auckland, make it, because traditionally here there's a few powerlifters, and powerlifters do bench, squat and deadlift, so they put a lot of wear and tear on equipment. But at the same time, this place is designed for everyone, so that's where it's a little bit different. And what they have here, which is fantastic, is they have fantastic culture. They don't care, as long as you're here to do some work, then there's really no problem. So it's fantastic. And what we'll get out and play another time is that you've got this normal squat bar. I should have grabbed one. I've got a normal bar, which you can do bench presses and bicep curls and squats with. But here as well, they've got cambered bars, which instead of a normal straight bar, they're actually bent.
Right.
So it just changes the angles of how you do movements. It applies pressure to different parts of the body, so you're overemphasizing certain areas when you're doing movements. It's a little bit hard to comprehend when I haven't got a visual of it.
Yeah.
But basically, your traditional gym setting is that they're designed in machines and barbells to work one plane of movement. So that means from a point A to a point B, where if you get stuff that's odd object, the point A to point B is definitely not linear. It's all over the place.
Right.
Like lifting a stone is not, more often than not, it's actually the fact that it's uncomfortable and awkward shape.
Yeah.
As opposed to the weight itself. So it's fantastic. Like this morning we were doing log lifts, farmer's walks, which is 2 cylinders in each hand, and you walk to the end of the gym, which you can see behind me, and back again. And then had a girl lifting the smaller log as well, and I just helped her with it. So it's a great place, mate. Great place. I'm wanting to show exercises in the future, which will be fantastic too, because then people will get a truer appreciation of the stuff that they have here.
Yeah, it's interesting, this idea between linear and non-linear exercises. And obviously machines are designed to channel you into a linear exercise, and I suppose that's a safer way of exercising.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is part of, like in the future we'll have exercises, and I'll use some of the machine stuff. Like, I used to be anti-machine because it's so not functional for the body. But however, everything has its place. Like if you're a bodybuilder, then machines definitely have a place in your training regime. I just question how much. Like I don't put people on machines very often. So it's probably 1% of the actual exercises that my clients do would be on machine. So it's definitely a safer feeling option, but longevity-wise, it's definitely not better for the human body.
Yeah, and also just briefly, because there's a lot of equipment in there, and you say some of it's been machined and made in Auckland. But I mean, how much of it is really like old school? I mean, has much of this has this equipment changed very much over the decades?
What you're seeing behind us, no, because in the middle here, it's just your traditional sense of normal gym stuff that you'd get anywhere else. It's just a different colour and a different cushion. But there's some stuff has changed. I think the companies more so, we don't have any here, but the companies more so gloss it up a little bit more, but in actuality it's the same machine, just with a different coat of paint, a different name, and then they attach one little thing to it and say that it's going to save you and cancer at the same time. So I think there's 2 schools. There's the new school, which is designing what they think is new, which actually isn't new, and then you've got the old school of thought, which is actually refining some of the things that were done old school and making it more scientific and practical, if that's a word, I don't know. So we've got
it's a word now, Spida.
It is now. It's a Wammo and Spida word.
Yeah. Hey, Spida, thanks so much for taking us on a wee tour of the gym. Eastside Barbell. EastsideBarbell.co.nz, mate. They got a powerlifting meet this weekend, so you'll get to see some tonnage. There's raw lifting and suit lifting, which will make sense to those that know anything, but squat, dead, and bench press. So I'll come along and have a nosy. I won't be competing, mate. My little wee bench and squat compared to these guys. Fair enough.
I'll put you on the spot. Did you go for a run?
I have. I did. I did on Monday. Went for a good jog, and it was so much better than the first time round. So much easier. The improvement from run number 1 was astronomical.
Oh, congratulations, Wammo. It must be the shoes, brother.
Yeah, it's all in the shoes, man. All in the shoes. Hey, cheers, Spida. We'll see you next time.
Okay, bro. Thanks.
Also find him on Twitter as well, twitter.com/Spida Hunter, SPIDA Hunter, one word.